They call it the hour of the wolf. Stay with us if you dare. There's a time when the world is at its quietest, when shadows stretch long and sleep is just out of reach. It's the hour of restless souls, of whispered stories, of thoughts too much for the daylight. Welcome to Hour of the Wolf, where we dive into the stories that keep you awake. When hearts beat and the wolves prowl. The family, the community, the truths about being in a wolf pack. Stay with us if you dare. They call it the hour of the wolf.
Well, shit, we're back.
Good evening.
I was sitting in the back when the intros are going. I was like, yeah, you're Sir Mix-a-Lot. What the hell should I put up under there? My name for something clever. And I sat there and I struggled and I struggled and I struggled. So we're going with nothing because I can't think of anything clever.
It's funny because as the countdown started, our episode's called "Is There Anybody Out There?" and I saw we still had 0 people sitting in the chat room. So the actual Machine Head song was pretty fitting right at that.
Yeah. So. Usually, I know like for like Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers, guys who stream video games, usually like a notification goes out, and mine didn't go out until like I don't know, like I did like the first countdown on accident. And I was like, whatever, I was let it run. But I got to like halfway into our other countdown is when the notification popped up on my phone, so I was a little bit behind, but whatever. We're here.
We are in the midst chat of retooling the intro as well. So there may be something coming here down the road shortly, but how you doing?
I am good. I got a good lift in today before we started this, and took some pre-workout, so I'm firing all cylinders.
I skipped the gym today because I took, I don't know, 5,000 flights of stairs at Soldier Field yesterday. So
those are 5,000 fucking sorry steps too.
Oh man. It's like the block of shit. There is nothing worse than being at a show where the lead singer yells out stuff like, "How we feeling tonight, Chicago?" and you can just feel yourself throw up a little bit in your mouth. It's like, oh God.
I'm in a mist of trash fans, man. Ugh.
Oh, they were doing it. So we live so rent-free in their head. As the show ends, it's a concert. We're walking out and they're chanting Green Bay sucks.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah, well, at least our quarterback doesn't paint his nails.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. At least our quarterback can play. Did you watch the family night the other night?
So I was on my way up to the camper this weekend, and I did not catch it. Casey worked late, and we left here at like 6. We kind of missed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. They looked pretty good. Golden caught a couple of nice balls. Kicker looked somewhat decent. He missed a 53-yarder, I think. Shanked it way left. Literally a second after Wayne Larrabee said that he's kicking solid all training camp, and he fucking misses a 53-yarder to the left.
Well, leave it to Larrabee to jinx him, huh?
I love Wayne Larrabee. Fucking Larry McCarron's still doing what he's doing, and I looked it up that night, 74, I think, and he's still, pinky and all.
Yeah. Do you have like who's your 1 and 2 announcers in the state? Sports announcers
in the state,
in the all time. So
all time. Uke's always number 1. I loved Irwin and McGee. I grew up listening to Irwin and McGee, the 1-2 punch for the Packers radio network back in the day. all the way up till I think like the year after they won the Super Bowl. I like those guys, but what's his name for the Bucks? Paschke was always good. Who's the I'm drawing a blank on the Bucks on the Badgers guy.
Matt LePay. Matt LePay is the number 2.
Matt
Matt
LePay.
LePay is he drives it home every. It doesn't matter what the sport is. He does basketball. He does football. He does a little bit of everything.
You know, you literally just got in the club like a week ago.
Yeah, he just yeah.
Oh.
Well, he comes after us, doesn't he? Thank you, Lurch. Look at that.
See, Lurch comes through for us.
Speaking of Lurch, you actually sent me. We do have stuff going on in the club. We're here to hype everybody up here. So Indiana, we got
Indiana running a can drive. This is their third one. They'll be run all the way through the month of August. Does it have any scannable? No, it doesn't look like it does. If anybody wants any information on how they can help out with this, you could reach out to anybody in the Indiana chapter from the Renegade Beard Club, or reach out to Louie or myself here on the podcast, and we can get you in touch with those guys to help out. Guys over in Indiana doing good shit over there.
Look at this stranger. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, how are you doing? One of our esteemed judges from the Broadhead Beard Brawl.
And then we also got another one going on through our neighbors over there in Michigan.
The good fellas over there in Michigan.
Well, let's hold off on Goodfellas, but the guys over there in Michigan.
We like the UP. We're really fond of the UP.
We like the UP. It should be ours. You know what? I'm going to run for governor. That's be my standpoint. We're taking back the UP.
Taking back the UP.
Yeah.
All right. I'm all for that. So yes, Michigan chapter over there looks like September 12th. They're going to be doing some building some beds for some kids. So that sounds like a fantastic guy. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
That does sound like a lot of fun. And then our club-wide one too, everybody. We do have Doctors Without Borders going on. You can scan the QR code and donate. I'll leave that up here for a couple seconds for everybody.
Take a picture of that. Send some donations over for Doctors Without Borders. That is a club-wide event. Lots of good stuff going on in this club. You guys, you were over on your side of the state yesterday. They had we had a brat fry at one of the grocery stores that you guys took part in.
Yeah, you want to know how Wisconsin I am? I think I've ingested like 6 brats in the last 48 hours.
That's not bad. That's good work.
Yeah, kraut too. Oh, I'm a sucker for sauerkraut.
Right. So when you go to you go to the brat fry and stuff like that, it's usually cold kraut, which I love. I love taking a big forkful of cold kraut and put it on top of a brat. When I'm at home and I make the brat, I usually parboil my brats in the kraut too, so it's usually cooked. But
yeah, I did brats 2 weeks ago. I seen a recipe online. So you take your kraut, you put it down in a cast iron skillet, and then I took a pound of bacon, chopped it all up, and I also put it in the skillet. I took about a half bottle of Yingling and filled it up, and I just kind of turn on the burner, let her kind of simmer down, kind of get everything in there nice and flavored, and yeah, got everything going. I threw it on the grill for about a minute or two. Got the crust. I put it back on there. Took all the fillings in there. Put on the brat. So good.
Damn.
You had me at bacon. I love bacon.
Oh yeah. I love bacon too, but I'm not. Brett, we do have an answer for that actually, because we looked into it a few weeks ago when we had this argument before. Something to do with Michigan and Ohio. Michigan lost a battle for some shitty city in Ohio. So as a consolation, the U.S. government gave them the UP at the time, and I can't remember. What would it be? What would be the top portion of Ohio? I can't think of the name of the city.
Cleveland?
No. I kept wanting to say Des Moines, but that's Iowa. But anyways, so Michigan and Ohio were battling over the rights for this city, and Ohio got it. And as a consolation, they got to keep the UP. So that's why it's not part of Wisconsin.
Dirty, stinky bastards.
Brats seem to be a popular thing. We got Bane coming in, loving a good sauerkraut as well.
California's here.
California in the house. Mr. Smith. Hey, Mr. Smith. How you doing, bud?
Lord Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a really cool show tonight, everybody, though.
Weird consolation prize. You're not wrong.
We do have a really cool guest tonight. We got Abe Auer. He's a comedian from the state. But before we get into him, I want to let everybody know we do have giveaways tonight. So we know our chat likes to fuck off. So I'm going to throw it up here now.
Toledo, Ohio. Thank you. Nobody coming through with the answer. It was Toledo, Ohio. That was the prize to Ohio. And
so we do have giveaways. Get your hashtag RBC to win a shirt. Hashtag Lions Mane to win some oils.
A couple of giveaways. We gave the Renegade Beard Club kicked off our merchandise site. It's been almost a month now. Got some great merchandise up there, including some fantastic Auer the Wolf merchandise.
Yes, I actually have a shirt on right now.
Look at that. See, you can get the t-shirt, you can get the hoodie. If you sweet talk him, he'll put the logo on a hat for you.
Yep.
Who does not want an Auer the Wolf hat?
Especially that new logo we got rocking right now.
I'm wearing an Auer the Wolf hat too, but this is the one you had made for me, Louie.
Guys are lucky. Beans got a shirt from me, and you got a hat.
You get me a shirt too.
I did get your shirt.
You did get me a shirt too.
I'm a giving guy. Happy.
You are a very giving guy. Very giving guy.
But yeah, we got awesome guests tonight. We're gonna get in them here in a second. Make sure you get your hashtags in and get some chat. Throw some flames up here for a guest too. He's been watching his shorts nonstop. He's a hilarious comedian out of the state of Wisconsin here. You can catch him, I think, up in your corner of the state. Skyline Comedy has becoming a very, very popular club up there.
Skyline, right in Appleton, Wisconsin. Yep.
And I'm sure he travels over the state. We'll get into that. We'll see what corner of the state heckles better. And so, put your hands together, everybody, for Abe.
Hey there, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Good evening, sir. How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So before you came in, we said you are from the New London area. Is that where you're originally from, the New London area?
Born and raised, never figured out how to get out of town. So
highway too far away. Highway not close enough to a quick trip. You can't figure out left or right.
Yeah. Born and raised, live here, love it, all that stuff. So
he never says hi to me. That's my dad, by the way. You see Tom Schreier come across? That's my father. He never says hi to me. He only says hi to Darren. So, you see, you have a Brewers hat on. They snuck a win out today in extra innings. What's your vibe with the Brewers this year so far?
Well, I feel deja vu. I feel like we're crushing it through the regular season, and I don't know. It's just like it really kind of comes down to what are they going to do against the Dodgers in the playoffs. It's kind of like it's great though for a regular season, winning all these games, but I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, don't the Dodgers have the 3rd seed right now too? Do they not?
I don't know.
I think
I haven't looked at the standings
because they lost like 6 or 7 in a row, and I thought they dropped to the 3rd seed, which in the long run could help the Brewers playoff time, but it's still going to be an uphill battle. Always is.
I think we're gonna be all right though. At the end of the day, I don't know. I know we're promised a summer of fun, but
man, you sound like a preseason Bears fan.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't foresee baseball happening next year. I just don't. With the CBA coming up, I just don't see. There's just a lot of question marks, in my opinion, for what they want to do going forward on the player union standpoint. They're just so far apart. Owners want a salary cap, and we're like 2 years away from a baseball player getting $1 billion on the contract. I just don't.
We should renegotiate our Auer the Wolf contract. See if we can get $1 billion contract.
I'd be happy to get $1,000.
You mentioned before the border battle with the Twins, and I don't know if you guys ever been to like a Twins Brewers game. Man, they're packed. I've been to one in Milwaukee and one in Minneapolis. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I went to a Brewers game there. They're always packed. They're super fun. Like those are fun games to try to get to.
That's a nice stadium too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Twin Stadium. I've never seen a game there, but I've seen concerts there. So
It's cool. I was there when Josh Hader gave up. It was like one of his last appearances before he got traded. Twins walked him off, and then so yeah,
I remember
that's a sweet stadium.
That is a nice stadium.
Took my future wife / fiance to a Brewer game, her first ever Brewer game. We got to see a Yelich grand slam. I can't remember the pitcher. Oh, shit. We traded him to the Orioles like a couple years ago.
Oh, Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns pitched a freaking amazing game. We got to watch Josh Hader's 8-pitch win.
Oh, nice.
She's seen it all in one game. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And
Okay,
one of my first games I ever went to, wasn't the first one I went to was Brant Brown was in the outfield for the Cubs. He dropped the fly ball and they took him out of the playoffs. Brewers won that game. Sammy Sosa also hit 3 home runs that game. So,
oh wow!
And then that was the game where he went ahead of McGuire. He hit 3 in a game. That was back when baseball was awesome. And then I went to a game. There was only one hit between the two teams. It was Giovanni Garro, a home run in the 7th inning.
Oh, nice!
That was the most boring game you could ever sit through when the pitcher knocks one out.
So to play off the age difference here, my first Brewer game included Ben Ogilvy and Paul Molitor.
There you go. My dad is a huge Paul Molitor guy, by the way. Huge. He has a poster in his house. It's a Batman and Robin. And it's Molitor and Robin Yount next to the Batmobile. Nice. It's freaking cool. I'm really, really excited to see where this season goes. But the Dodgers don't have to be playing lights out now. All you gotta do is get their millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars back come postseason. They're going to be just loaded with arms.
I believe it was Stormin Gorman, Dad.
Gorman Thomas wasn't a
catcher. He was not a catcher. Who was the catcher?
He was an outfielder, I think. What year was it?
Would have been 80. I would have been 7 or 8, so it would have been 80 or 81.
Dad will know. He's a baseball guy. You'll know right away.
Yeah. I think Charlie O'Brien was catching when I first started watching the Brewers. So.
That wasn't a Rock, was it? Bill Schroeder? Or is he after that? Okay. But
I don't know. Like I said, I was 7 or 8.
Yeah. Dad got to see Hank's last home run.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Well, he had a family member live like right next to the county stadium. He used to go to games all the time. So getting into comedy here. What made you? We're gonna get caught up on baseball for like the next half hour here.
Yeah, Bruce City pulls through. Ted Simmons was the catcher. Gorman was the center fielder.
There you
go.
Right. Sweaty Teddy Simmons, Uncle Ted Simmons. So what made you get into comedy? What was your, what was your like? Let me try this shit moment.
Yeah, I think I had always been interested in it. I always enjoyed, making people laugh or being in on the joke. And then, so I kind of thought like this is something I could do. I just kind of had that interest in it. But then I went to a show at the Meyer Theater in Green Bay. I remember we had seats way up in the balcony. I remember watching all 3 comics and how much the crowd just loved it. And I'm like, man, I think I could do that. Like, I want to be a part of that. I remember distinctly just sitting there. I'm like, man, all 3 of these guys are very different, but the time that everyone's having so much fun, like I want to be a part of that. And I think I can do it. I think that was the other thing, you watch like professional sport or something like that. You're like, well, I could never get out there. But when I watch these guys do comedy, I'm like, I think I can do this. Or at least I'm willing to try it. So, and then I was like, I'm just going to do it open mic. And that was like the first step. And I had already been writing down jokes and stuff, but I remember, I was like, I just have to commit to actually getting on stage somewhere. So
when it comes to writing jokes, that's something. Are you pen and pencil yet, or do you like jot stuff down on your phone and transfer it over? You got like a big fancy notebook full of your.
Yeah, I have. I don't really put any notes on my phone. I carry a small little notebook. I get an idea, I write it down. Even last night, I was going back through a big notebook, just reading through stuff that I had written down when I first really started getting into joke writing. And I had it probably a little bit more organized, like the category, but I'll write it down or type it out. Like if I have a show coming up, I'll try to, especially when I first started, we had like open mic coming, I would type out like word for word my ideas, try to flesh out the joke that way, print it off and edit it. So but it's not necessarily that as intense right now, but getting started, yeah, definitely writing it out. I still carry a notebook with me every day. If I see something, I'll take a note of it, make a note. What was the goofy thing someone said or something like that, and keep track of it. And then try to flesh out like, well, what's the punchline in this? What's funny? And then try to find a way to do it on stage at like open mic or depending on the show, I'll try out new jokes too. But
Yeah, so I remember I watched. I'm a huge Mark Norman fan. So he put that like about like an hour video like behind the scenes, and I thought personally it was so fascinating to see how one word in this joke will change everybody's perception of it in the audience. So, for example, like he has a story he was telling, and then he switched a word from basically like he switched it to bitch. So when he was talking about this lady at some store or whatever, blah blah blah, he goes something you bitch, and the crowd went nuts when it was original way. People are like, you get a couple chuckles, but like just that how he delivers that last word in the joke, like this made it pop. And for me, that was super fascinating, just because I've always wanted to try stand up. I have tried it, not successfully and not really in a professional environment, but
I was there.
He was there.
I watched it. I watched it.
Basically, it was me just telling stories about my childhood, football, and then my dad is a riot, so the stories about him. But my first ever open mic went 25 minutes, and it was wild. I wish I had a little more condensed time. I could probably do a little bit better, but
I think when you first start, time just gets away from you. I see it all the time. People who are doing their first or second open mic, and it's like drinking out of a fire hose. They're just wide eyed. And it was interesting. Mark Norman. I just saw him a month or two ago in Milwaukee. He did a midnight show downtown Milwaukee. He was at the Milwaukee Improv, but he did at a different club down there, Laughing Tap. And I had never been to a midnight show before. But he's so funny. He is that guy. He's fun to watch. Yeah,
I feel like he's just like one of those rare comedians, like a Jerry Seinfeld, where it's like he's not intentionally funny. It just like how his brain processes stuff. It just rolls out. And you're just like, I got the same thoughts.
Not intentionally funny.
Yeah,
I think he puts in so much time and work that it's just like, dude never stops.
I feel like there's a lot of guys out of that New York scene though, like you got like Sam Morril and like even like a younger Louis C.K. Those guys are on stage every night. It seems like, especially like I guess like I'm not a comedian, but like to get your stuff ironed out, it's got to take so much work. It's got to be dialed in.
Yeah, I think like living in this part of the state, there's not a lot of opportunities to get those reps. So you see like New York City guys and. A friend of mine who moved there about 2 years ago. Now he's since moved to Nashville. He just had a Netflix come out, but he said being in New York City is like that's really the only place to get those reps. He said, getting up. He was passed at the Comedy Cellar, so he goes, I could get 5-6 spots a night if I want, which is just so valuable. If you're trying to do it around here, it's like you have to make the most of every opportunity. Is kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, because like. For like around me, there's really not a lot for comedy in like the La Crosse area. I mean, I think they have like some open micer stuff, but like it's not like I know like Minneapolis is really starting to pop off. We had Aiden McCluskey on the show.
Oh yeah.
God, I think it was last. Yeah, he's hilarious. He was just on Kill Tony too, which props to him. He killed that over that set. Yeah, Aiden was on here, but yeah, he kept on hyping up how good the Minneapolis scene is. Like, there's so many different clubs, and but like La Crosse area, there's nothing. I know you guys got 3 or 4. You got Green Bay.
Green Bay,
obviously,
Green Bay does good. Green Bay doesn't have any comedy clubs anymore. We used to have the Funny Bone back
I thought the Funny
back
Bone's
in the
still up and
90s.
going.
No, we used to have the Funny Bone back in the 90s, but that's been gone.
And Skyline, which I've been getting
Skyline's
advertisements for left and right. It seems like they're
Yeah.
killing it.
Skyline was owned by a company called Bark Entertainment. They took it over, I'm not sure, couple years ago, and they own like 7 or 8 clubs throughout the country. So once you get in with them, it's really neat. Then like I just even before this, I filled out a thing. I get emails like a Google Doc for all their clubs. You put in who you'd be interested in working with, and they do it like once or twice a month. But I'm so lucky that Skyline is here because their connection, the caliber of people they get coming through, very fortunate.
That's a fun venue to go see a place too. You can go downstairs and have a drink before you come upstairs, and that's a fun venue. You're right. They do bring in a lot of top talent. They bring in a lot of really big talent there, actually, for how small the place is too.
Yeah.
I really want to go see Uncle Laser there. I seen he was there last October. I was like, shit, I'd love to see Laser.
Yeah. I think he usually packs it out. A lot of those guys, they'll come around once a year or so, or they'll do Bark's other clubs. So they kind of rope them into. For some of them, I don't know how interested they are in coming to Appleton, but
that's more than just a Wisconsin-based company. Then they own them across the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bark Entertainment, their main base is like out in Tacoma or Spokane. There's clubs there. Summit City, or it's in Fort Wayne, Indiana. They just took over a club in Springfield, Missouri. They got a couple down south, Tulsa, Oklahoma, around there. So Louisville. So however many that is. So that's kind of neat. I've done probably half their clubs. So that's been really cool just to see the difference. And it's just a good way to meet people from other areas.
What's your favorite club to go to?
To go,
Or go or perform, I guess you can.
Well, I mean, Skyline's been so good to me. I mean, that's been really fun. I'll tell you what is Comedy on State in Madison as well is like the premier club, I would say, one of the premier clubs in the Midwest. Everyone wants to work that club. It's got a reputation throughout the country. I just got to do that club Tuesday as part of Madison Comedy Week, and it's like even their open mic they'll have during the year. It'll be packed out. There'll be a couple hundred students in there. And it's so posh in there. I don't know. That's like you get a Comedy on State booking. I mean, you're like
you're a Badger alum yourself, are you not?
Yeah. So it's like going on Madison.
So when Louis was talking to you before and you told us the story about the Meyer, how old were you when you started doing this? Were you in college already, or were you?
Oh no. This is a still pretty new thing to me. Started about 4.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then my first club gig was 3 years ago at Skyline. So, yeah, I love doing Skyline. I mean, that's kind of like, I've just had so many good experiences there over the last several years. And then the other big club in Wisconsin is the Milwaukee Improv in Brookfield. That's a huge room. I mean, it's beautiful. I think they opened like 2021. I've gotten to work that club a fair amount of times as well. So, but outside of Skyline, you're driving. If you want to hit a club, yeah.
What about a dream scenario where going across the country? Where I mean, you hear names like I don't even know if they're still the bigger clubs in California or New York. What's a dream venue for you to be able to someday say you've graced the stage at?
I would say Comedy Cellar in New York City.
Okay.
Because I've done I've done Zanies in Chicago, and I've done Zanies in Nashville, and those are very cool. And I feel like I'd like to do them both again and do better. It's like the first time you're at some of these places, you just like you almost can't believe that you're on stage there. So I did like 3 shows at Zanies Nashville last fall. It was great. Really enjoyed it, but Zanies Chicago too. I've done a couple shows there, but I think New York City Comedy Cellar. When you see those guys with the sign behind them and the brick wall, like,
yep.
yeah, that would be to me like, oh man, this is so cool. But I've thought that every big gig along the way, I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna happen. Then I do it. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I just did that. So.
Yeah, the Cellar's iconic. The show Louis always been there, and then Jerry, obviously Seinfeld. It's amazing. Yeah, it's one of those really really cool places. We got a question too about the Red Room. You play the Red Room in Texas. That's Joe Rogan's.
Oh
place.
no! Oh, that's another good point. Like, yeah, the comedy mothership. I've never done any comedy in Texas. That would be cool to, yeah, one of those down there in Austin.
But Zany's is blowing up though too. That's Theo Vaughn stomping around now. That's where he works all of this stuff.
Oh yeah, and Zany's Nashville. They have 2 rooms there now. They have because basically there's a smaller room. It's very nice. I think Nick Bargatze pretty much put a lot of money. I think he put a lot of money into. I don't know for sure, but like they have that room where they do a Nate Land weekly show there, and it's attached to like their podcast studio. That one is really cool, and their main room is such a unique shape to it and everything. I did Dusty Slay. I got to do he has a monthly show there, and so I got to be in that show last fall. But yeah, Nashville is this. I mean, if so many big names that live there that are big comics and everything. So yeah, Theo I think just adds to that. So.
Is there a comedian you look up to?
Dusty Slay, I would say, is probably there are several I look up to, but one thing I like about Dusty, I don't know, are you familiar with Dusty Slay at all?
A little bit, yeah.
He's got those 2 Netflix specials. And so I met him at Zany Chicago, I don't know, 3+ years ago, and then we stay in touch really since then. But he let me open for him at the Milwaukee Improv, and then just over time, he's always been, I've sent him some videos to give me critique or feedback. Yeah, Dusty's the best, and he's such a nice guy, and like he gave me some good suggestions on get better equipment, or you just need more stage time, and very encouraging. And then just a real honest dude, but like he's just fun to hang with. And then when he was up in so I do look up to him a lot, like his work ethic. I mean, the guy is just such a hard worker, and I've been to a lot of his shows or done film photo for his shows, but then also last year he was I got to open for him at the Grand Theater in Wausau, and then the Meyer Theater in Green Bay.
Oh, cool.
And so so I look up to him because he knew that those were like important. Those would be like important shows to me. And I don't know, this is a nice guy. He's so good at comedy that he's one of the people I look up to.
So I know both Louis and I have had a chance to watch quite a bit of your stuff here over the last period of time. A lot of our viewers, I don't know if they've a lot of people in the chat. I don't know if they've had a chance. Where do you get a lot of your material? Are you taking just how do your writing process, I guess? Let's go through that just a little bit. Where does everything you joke about come from?
Well, like for example, I'll get like what I do is like I'll start with a fact, and then like what's funny about it. So like there was a fact that like all the license plates in Wisconsin were made in the same place, and that's a prison. So I'm like, okay, well that's already kind of odd. And then so I kind of build from there. It's like, well, I build on the premise like, well, it's not really fair because they're building something they're not going to be able to use. And then you kind of, and then I said like, that's like an Amishman, making a TV, or a vegan making a hamburger. And then you throw in a third example, and like, depending around here, I'll say like, that's like someone from Clintonville making a sticky deodorant, or something like that. Where it's, see, it's like you just boom, kind of funny, and then something like that. So I think like if I hear a fact, I would do it, or I'd say like someone from Menasha making a toothbrush. But right now I can't do Menasha.
I can't do Menasha jokes at this exact time.
Not right now
because they can't find their toothbrushes right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ouch!
Okay.
Sorry, too soon.
Well, too soon. Yeah, hashtag too soon. But that was some of the ones that, so just like hearing a goofy fact like that, and then or one joke that I just love doing. But it's part of a series. But like I say, someone asked me if I've ever had a Korean hot dog, and I say north or south. And like every day, it's such a good. But that is like That is something that happened. Someone asked me, "Have you ever had Korean hot dog?" And I said North or South because I'm trying to be funny, and they didn't know that there was a North and South Korea, and I was like, "What is going on right now?" And
Joke's on you all of a sudden. What happened?
oh, I know, and it's just like it's so funny. And then you just kind of build off of that. So that's a big part of it. Being a married guy and having kids. I mean, there's a lot there, but I try it. Um, it's just, yeah, there's a fine line you got to walk of what you're saying about people you see all the time, and then I don't know. So that's kind of, I think, just kind of having that mind where it's like always trying to find the funny in something. And I tell you, the first I was thinking like finding a good local joke is fun. And at first, like a lot of my Instagram jokes was just like I wanted to do like broad type stuff, but when I first started putting like local jokes on there, they got so many plays on Facebook. I couldn't believe it. So I was like, then I kind of went on a string of, well, I'll just do local jokes, and I put a lot of time into some of the videos. I had some really good Menasha slams on there, and people just loved it. And I was like, this is crazy. I never thought Facebook would turn into such a hub for videos, but it really, I mean, it really is outgrown my Instagram by a lot.
Do you play around on TikTok too, or are you avoiding that one at this time?
Yeah, I've never done anything with TikTok. So I feel like I would do really well on TikTok.
So you started comedy now the last 3 years. You ever talked to like the older comedians and like how like social media is like evolved? Like I would like just for comedy in general, like you see like the crowd work is huge. People's crowd work videos are just killing all over the place. Is that something that you kind of highlight when you go into shows now, or that's something that just kind of it's always been there for you?
So like I don't really do really any of like crowd work, like hey, what do you do for work, and then like try to find a way to pick on the person, because usually it's like the pecking order of the show is the host who does 10 minutes, and then the feature 20 to 30, and then the headliner. A lot of times headliner, I think they prefer no one else does that. And the way I look at it too is because that's like they have the most time to fill. And I think too, for like the middle act, I think what you're doing as a middle act is you're building as much material as you can. That's, I think, at least that's where I am right. I've hosted a lot of shows at clubs, and I'm starting to get feature spots, which I really like. But so like for me, I'm like, I don't want to mess around too much with. I'll do some, like if someone says something goofy, I'll say, play with it a little bit, but I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to like try to kill 5 or 10 minutes, because as a feature act, I'm trying to build, reps on these jokes that are good, so that if I can get to the next level, I've tested all these things, because you can always talk to the drunk person, get them to say something goofy. So I think, yeah, that's how I look at it. Like I said, some headliners say okay, no crowd work, no this or this. And so
we got a question here from the chat. Who has helped you the most in your career?
Yeah, well, professionally, I'd say Dusty Slay. Another guy, Derek Stroop, who just had a Netflix come out.
He was just on Soder too recently.
Oh yeah. Well, he's the one who moved to New York City 2 years ago, and now has gone to Nashville. But he toured all over the country with John Christ, and he's toured. Him and Nate Bargatze have the same management, so he's done a lot with him. He's been very helpful too. But I would say, so professionally, that's there's a few others, but those main ones, Brian Bates as well, a little lesser known, probably global, but he does podcasts with Dusty Slay. He's been very helpful to me, very nice guy. But then personally, I mean, my wife has been a huge help. I mean, it's like, we have a family, I have a full-time job, and so comedy is extra. And so she's been very supportive, of all this. If sometimes it does mean being gone for the weekend, sometimes it means doing stuff like this, or sitting at a computer trying to edit stuff, and it's time consuming. And so, I mean, if I didn't have her support, then It won't work.
Do you use her as a sounding board? Will you try the jokes off on her? And if she goes, nah.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say, okay, this is the idea. And then sometimes if she's like, that's stupid, I'll still do the joke.
I'll still do it.
Because like she might give us a point. Well, she's like, this part's funny, but I'll be like, I know it's funny. And then and then especially first starting out, probably the first maybe year or two after open mic, I try to film. I try to film every set. If I can't film it, if there's a crappy setup, I'll at least audio record it. And I think there's only been one or two sets this entire time I haven't done one of those two things. So I can always listen to it back or watch it back. The first probably 2 years, I think after open mic, she'd be like, "How'd it go?" And then we sit and watch because she's done a lot of music in her life, so she kind of gets the whole like stage persona performance type thing. So she'd be like, you're a little timid here, you're this and that. So yeah, I bounce stuff off her after the fact too, and yeah.
And so as you're talking about rewatching some of these things, have you had that moment yet where something you said on stage, some joke you just told, just absolutely fell on dead silence, something that just bombed for you and you turned around and said, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that one? Or how do you feel after that? I mean, is it demoralizing in a way, or do you just roll with it?
Well, it's to me, it's just so tough. Comedy can be mentally very brutal. And I'll give you a couple of good examples. Like I remember years ago, I did what was it? I did this theater in Oshkosh, and it was like I had some of the, and I was still very new, but like some of these laughs were incredible. I did a funny joke about something that had happened there recently. I'll leave it at that. And you listen to it back, okay. Then I did an open mic down in Milwaukee, and it was like crickets. And I'm like, I drove 2 hours for 4 minutes of ouch, And then like driving home, I'm like, I remember getting in my car, I'm like, what am I even doing? And then the next open mic at Skyline, which was like the next week, was great. I mean, it was like, and I used that recording to then start getting paid gigs through Skyline. So it can just, even this Madison Comedy Week, Tuesday night, the show at Comedy on State, amazing. Afterwards, the manager was, we had a really good conversation about working at club. He's telling me send him email and stuff like that. And I have worked at club, but just it's continuing. Like, yeah, I feel like really built some momentum. Then the next night, another show that was at a bar that was free, and it's a different vibe. And then like you go up and you're like, I don't know if anyone's even listening to this. And then you go through the whole list of comics who were just on the show the night before, who all like crushed it, and they're all experiencing the same thing. So you're like, I don't know what happened this last hour. So it can be tough. I've listened to stuff back too, and it's just like, yeah, that wasn't funny.
I remember Aiden told us that story. He was in like northern Minnesota. There was a just like a open or a show at a bar, and they had all this music playing. And Aiden was the first comic up. He was like halfway through his set, and some random drunk guy was like, "Turn the music back on."
Yeah, it's just such a helpless feeling. I think sometimes those bar shows, it's like, man, it's like, at least if they paid something to get in, it seems like there's a little bit more buy-in. But yeah, I mean, a couple of those bar shows where the TVs are still on, and you're like, oh, you just know it's about to be torture. You're like,
yeah. One TV, you got Bonanza going, the other one you got Sports Center going.
Yeah, we did. Well, I did this one in Green Bay, and it was the show overall was really good. This a couple months ago, really good. But there was one. The bar was small, but it's packed in there. One dude at the bar during the first comic, he was just talking like he's just like there wasn't a comedy show going on, and he would not shut up. And I want to be like, can someone just go tell this guy to shut up? And then he got up and walked out, and I was like, oh, thank goodness, because it's really distracting. But then he came back right before I went up. I was like, oh no. But the set went great. Everyone else was listening to me, but he kept talking, and It was so weird. I think he was just so drunk that I'm like, dude, someone needs to tell this guy to be quiet. So you get that. Those free bar shows can be great, can be very regrettable.
When you get in a room like that, what's your method on reading the crowd?
Yeah, I kind of see. Well, um, I listen to. If I don't go first, I'll listen to like what the people were kind of laughing at leading up to it, and then I just try to say something right away to connect to them, something kind of goofy. Like for example, try to be like, hey, yeah, we're all in the same room together. I remember that show in Green Bay. There was uh, a blind fella from Menasha, Roberto Villapano, very funny. Does a lot of shows. He went right before me. Before him was another female comic, Kat Turvo, and so I went up there and I made it a reference to both of them. I was like, well, there goes all my jokes about being bisexual in college and being a blind Hispanic, and something like that, and just to be like, we all just experience, we're all together on this, and then just kind of go from there.
I think speaking from a someone who'd sit in the audience for something like that, to me that would get. It's not so much the improv portion of it. It's just the fact that you brought in the two other people, so it's not something that it's just off the cuff, but you brought it in, related us to the couple of people before it. That's the kind of stuff that I would find funny. And I, like you said, buying a ticket, you're invested in something. You're going to almost force yourself to laugh, even if the guy's not funny. You might want to try and do that at times.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the comedian's not funny. But I think I don't see a lot of comedians at bars, so I guess I can't comment on the free ones. Usually I end up paying to go see my comedy, so I guess I'll find myself laughing at just about. I can laugh at just about anything, though.
Yeah,
it's
interesting too. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Nope, go ahead. You were talking.
Well, I was gonna say, like, it'll kind of depend on. I'll watch stuff. If I'm not familiar with the comic, I'll watch some of their things before the show or leading up to it to see, like, because people in general, most people are going to a show like at Skyline because of the headliner, and so because they're drawn to them one way or another, or they're getting dragged along by a spouse. Some go because they get an email, a free ticket, that kind of thing. But in general, they're going because they like that kind of comedy. So I'll watch and be like, well, just what's their main vibe? What are they kind of all about? And what do I have that might, hack into that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or might be adjacent to that where they could also enjoy.
Do you have a heckler story? Good heckler story?
I really don't. I'm trying to think. Never really had. Oh no, actually, yeah, it was very brief. But I was in Two Rivers. I just came off like a pretty long stretch of shows, very tired, and this room was packed. It was the first time doing comedy night there, and I was hosting it. They said do 15 minutes up top. I mean, I guess if you say there's an event in Two Rivers, everyone's coming. And this is a very nice like microbrewery, complete. I was probably 200 people in there, and I got up, I started, and I said a joke, and this one dude sitting like 15 feet away, he just goes, "You're not funny," like that in between jokes when it was like silent, and his girlfriend like hit him in the shirt, and I was like, or on the shoulder, and I just kept going, but in my recording, I can hear it every time. I was like, and then I was right next to him in the bathroom after the show, and I didn't say nothing, but I was so mad at that guy. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Gosh, I was so annoyed by that. So, other than that, not really.
And then you are having your piss of shame next to the guy.
It's just like, but the set went pretty good. I thought it was it went okay. It was just fine, but he did that kind of right at the start when I'm already like kind of worried about, am I going to hook this crowd, and I'm tired, and I'm just like, you're thinking about all those things. And it was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, so I was still definitely not as much experience as now. So I remember it rattled me a little bit.
So is that the comedy equivalent of Play Some Skinnerd?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Free bird.
Yeah. Yeah. He just like, come on, dude. But
Who's your favorite comedian of all time?
all time? Um, well, Bill Cosby dropped off the list a while ago. But he's the first one I saw in person when I was at St. Norbert. He was there. That was pretty interesting. That was before we knew quite a few things.
Did you meet him at the bar?
Yeah. No, he did not want to talk to me.
He planted the seed for him that night. It was weird.
It was that was in 2001. Favorite. I don't know. Yeah, I saw a Richard Jenny video when I was in high school of his special, and I'm not saying he's my favorite, but I remember watching that, and I was like, "This is incredible." We watched it actually on a school bus field trip, a coach bus. Like we went out to DC or something, and I remember we watched that on the coach bus. Which now I don't. I mean, that was pretty wild. So that was one of the earlier things that like really, I guess, piqued my interest as well. He's no longer with us, but
You have a favorite comedy movie of all time?
Tommy Boy, I'd say. Oh man, Tommy Boy. I mean, we had that on VHS, and I remember the when it was a preview on some other movies that we rented, and the scene where he backs up and bends the door, and then he just he pulls it off. He's like, "What'd you do?
What'd you do?"
Yeah, and then the deer in the back seat. That I remember we saw those previews, and we're like, we have got to see this movie, and then we end up buying it. We watched like there was one stretch I remember in high school we watched it 3 nights in a row. Man, and Kingpin.
Kingpin's great.
Kingpin.
Yeah. Kingpin.
That is one of the most underrated comedy movies of all time.
That's a
not talked about nearly as much as any Chris Farley thing, but Kingpin. Oh man, that movie was wild. I love that thing.
The landlord always cracks me up because she's in so many other movies, and every time I see her, I'm like, "That's the landlord from Kingpin."
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. That movie. I remember actually. I was like middle school or something, and I was watching Entertainment Tonight, and they were doing behind the scenes of that movie, and my mom turned to me because she could already tell, and she said, "That is one movie you are not going to watch." And I called my dad, and I said, "Hey, there's a movie I want to go see," and he goes, "When is it?" And I went and saw. So yeah.
They never lived up to Black Sheep was funny, but it was not they tried too hard to make it almost like a Tommy Boy 2 in a way.
Yeah. It was good, but yeah, that Tommy Boy, when she hit, that was so good.
Tommy Boy just feels so. Well, it's very Midwestern, but like just the Wisconsin just like just the stupid shit you could tell Chris Farley's from Wisconsin, just like his ideas of comedy there.
I met his brother last May. I got to do a spot. Kevin Farley did a show in West Bend. There's a theater there called the Bend Theater, and I got to do a spot on that show. It was packed. It was absolutely packed, and it was like people were there because they love Chris Farley, and that was one of the best. That was actually one of the best sets I ever had too. That felt so good up there. It's like sometimes those hit where it's like I've had it happen a few times where it's like you almost feel like when Steph Curry's hitting threes, when you're just like everything you say they're laughing, and you're like that wasn't even funny, but they're laughing, and you're like, oh, I wish this could last forever.
Yeah, ultimate high.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, this is gonna be so fun to watch back. I'm gonna have a fun drive home. I'm not gonna be crying in a quick trip,
Quick Trip parking lots late night.
Yeah.
Quick Trip hits completely different at pocket.
You grab a Spam sandwich now and you get to wipe away your tears.
Yeah.
I never thought that we'll see the goddamn spam sandwich and Quick Trip. And I never thought in a million years we'd see it. I did try it. It ain't bad, but man.
They're scrambling because now they broke ground on Buc-ee's, so they got to try something. So they threw out the spam
Circle
sandwich.
K is pop up all over too now.
Oh yeah.
Circle K's food sucks ass, by the way, but like they're all over the place in Wisconsin now.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know if I've eaten at a Circle K, but I know you're right. They are popping up everywhere.
Yeah, we're rolling up here on the top of the hour. You got any shows coming up that you like to promote?
Yeah, two big ones coming up here in next month. So September, I believe it's 18th and 19th. I got it right here. They're Midwest shows. Okay, the September 18th is in Des Plaines, Illinois. It's right across from O'Hare Airport. There's a casino there. I'm opening for Dusty Slay, the man I spent a good chunk there talking about. And then the next night, we're up at the Island Resort and Casino in Harris, Michigan. Opening for him there. And that's a big room too. That one, tickets are moving really fast for that. Well, both of them. A lot of tickets have sold. So those are the two big ones coming up here in this area that I'm so excited for. I mean, getting to do a Dusty show is great. I mean, it's a whole thing. It's because you hang afterwards and you.
The Harris show is with Dusty too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be pounding up there, Harris, Michigan. That casino has a very small room where they do like a weekly show, and it's known for not being the best room because they're just providing entertainment for people who are gambling. But I'm very excited for that. I've done a lot of shows in UP, and they have all been so much fun. So,
my oldest daughter actually went to school at the school that's right next to the casino there in Harris, Michigan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was up there a lot.
I'm blown away. They got colleges in the UP. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
Hey, they need education too.
Well, after going through Escanaba, I was actually really surprised they can even read or write. So
it's a weird world up there, man.
It's a completely different. It's beautiful. Marquette, Michigan is probably the top 5 cities in this, and probably the Midwest. But man, it's really, really cool up there. Other than that, like the Lake Superior side is wonderful. The Lake Michigan side, you're like, flat.
Lake Michigan side is that's kind of boring. Except they have a big boy right on Lake Michigan. I can't think of the name of the town. Not Ludington. No, not Manistee. I think it might be Manistee.
It's a mouthful, Manistee.
You ever been to a big boy, Louis?
I'm a big boy stud.
I know you're a big boy, but
I've never been to a big boy. Went to Marquette, Michigan a couple of years ago on just a weekend trip, and
there's one up there.
Yeah, we didn't stop there. So you're a Madison alum?
Yeah, UW Madison.
You got any predictions for the football season this year?
Not good. Not good.
You don't think so?
I don't know. This is how I feel. I feel like NIL, if it remains in its current everything transfer portal, NIL remains the same. Badgers are going to look a lot like the last couple of years, unfortunately. That's how I feel. I just don't know how they can compete with Ohio State, Michigan, all these other, and then the rearrangement a couple of years ago, the Big Ten did not do them any favors. I don't know. That Notre Dame game to start the year, I think it could be bad. I don't know.
I got 9-3 this year.
Okay, I hope so. That would be amazing. I guess what improvements have they made?
They did spend money this year at NIL. They got some studs. They got a couple great receivers. They rebuilt the entire offensive line.
Can I ask, is Fickle still the coach though?
Yes, Fickle's still the coach. They brought in an offensive coordinator, reestablished what was Wisconsin football. They are utilizing their fullback this year. They got big boys up front. They got probably 2 of the top tight ends out of the transfer portal this year. They got a stud at quarterback, came out of Old Dominion, Colton Joseph. They took the best running back out of Iowa State before he went, because the Iowa State coach went to Penn State. He literally took the entire Iowa State program, went over to Penn State, but we got the running back and we got an offensive lineman out of them before they went, because they are fairly local to this area. They are, both kids are from Iowa, but Madison's close to home, so
Yeah.
I think that was a big deciding factor. And obviously, we did pay to get a couple of these kids, obviously. But money is up this year. Money this year is up. Money will continue to go up because the training facility was built. It's completed, so it's going to open up more money for funding going down the road. And I do believe that defense only got better, and we literally beat 2 top 25 teams last year just playing defense.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
I
think
want it.
sky's the limit. I honestly believe sky's the limit right now for the Badgers program.
I
think we're gonna make a playoff run, hopefully within the next 5 years. But I do think that we're gonna see what Fickle had in mind defensively, and I think we're gonna see that Grimes really drive home what Wisconsin football is. And the offensive lineman coach is also an alumni, and he wants to reestablish that front five dominating football games. So.
I had no fucking idea you were that much of a homer. Wow.
Man, so my 3 losses I got on the board there, it was a coin flip for Notre Dame because Notre Dame sucks to start the year. And I know we have Notre Dame fans in the chat, but look back at your last 3 years, Notre Dame fumbles the first couple of weeks every year. I mean, they lost to Miami, Florida. They lost another. They started the year last year 0-2. They cannot get going right away, and they're playing in Lambeau, which is the hallowed ground of football. I think they could drop an egg to a hungry defense. We got Mason Posa, Cooper Catalano, a couple studs that they brought in on the edges, and we got a couple freaking. It sounds like it from the Madison Sports I listen to.
Read the room.
Yeah, they got a couple really good corners. So I think 9-3. Worst case scenario, we go 8-4, 7-5, and we roll into a bowl game.
Yeah, I would love to see it. One of my highlights when I was a student, I did some beat writing for the newspaper, and I got to interview Jim Leonard for a story. And so I was all in on Badgers for many years, and so I love the Badgers. I hope we can pull it together here.
I got faith, man. I think if I was really down last year towards the end of the year,
that was sad.
It really kicked me in the nuts when we lost to Minnesota.
Yeah,
I was definitely on let's start firing everybody.
Yeah,
but I think I don't know, man. There's something about how Fickle delivers.
We're still going, aren't we?
In the press, where it's like, you know what, maybe we can have some hope here, and I mean, we'll see. I do think we will do very, very good this year. So sneaky good this year.
I hope so.
But we have a couple giveaways. We do have a couple giveaways. So, there it is.
Got some product. What are we doing first?
We're doing the shirt first.
A Renegade t-shirt from our new merch store.
So, Ben, you're the esteemed guest here. Why don't you give us a countdown?
Ben?
No, Ben? Who's Ben?
Abe, sorry, I can't.
That's what I heard too.
I'm very esteemed.
Wow.
Abe, you're an esteemed guest.
Is Ben the new Badgers quarterback? Is that why? I still got Ben on the head?
Yeah, I got.
I take no offense. What am I counting down? What am I doing?
To draw the shirt. Club giveaway shirt.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Pick a number, count down.
Change your name to Ben.
Okay. 7. Did I do it right? 7?
Yeah, count down from 7.
Oh, you.
7.
We are
6,
ending strong.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
So now we're doing stuff. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, there's a Ben. I saw a Ben come.
Yeah.
That's where.
Oh, machine gun.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana, running a charity right now. They're running the
now, is he in here?
He was earlier. I don't know if he still is.
Oh, at least this time we can get a hold of him.
Yeah, we know how to get a hold of him.
Okay, I think I get it now. You weren't telling me to pick a number and count down from there. You were saying just count down, like
Countdown.
Your normal person countdown.
It's understandable. Your eyes glazed over as soon as you gave the wrong name.
I'm a dumbass.
No.
Rolling.
It was good. It was good.
Okay, Dale, would you like to count down again?
Dale, yeah. Let me. I gotta get that screen pulled up here.
Okay, I'll just do like a normal person and start at 3, I guess.
Yeah.
We got some product from Lion's Mane Beard Company.
Ooh.
You got yourself a little facial hair there.
Yeah.
Ben?
Yeah. Dale, if you don't mind. My friends
Jeff?
call me. My friends call me.
Pass along. This you can. It's a free shirt. We're sending it out to you. If you know, you can even better and get yourself an Hour the Wolf shirt. Request that and get that sent to you. And
I mean, you're more than welcome to, but this is merchandise.
this is merch. This is free merch, brother. All right. Well, this is for the beard oil and the goodie bag.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Look at that new guy. New guy.
Way to go.
I got it. Congratulations, bud.
Good know me.
Attaboy, know me.
He was just talking the other day about different beard products that he wanted to try. So now he can try himself some Lion's
Yeah, no
Mane.
kidding.
He might have popped out already. I don't know, but I know how to get a hold of him too. So congratulations, guys.
Heck yeah.
Well, Abe, thanks for joining us. First and foremost.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome.
It was a pleasure to talk to you. Like when Louis first said you were going to come on, had a chance to go check out a bunch of your stuff, and now I know. I don't think I'm going to make her down up to Harris or anything like that. But next time I see your name come through at the Skyline, then I can get to a show over there or anywhere else that's local. So that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I put all Abe Auer Comedy on Facebook is where I have like a running list of all my shows. That's like the best place. That's like a post I have pinned to the top. I found it to be the easiest way. So yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I'm hoping to get the Skyline deal this fall. So who knows?
So Abe Auer Comedy on Facebook. Where else can they find you? Can they?
Yeah, Instagram Abe_Auer, and then YouTube Abe Auer Comedy. A lot of it's the same kind of stuff, but that's where I am. Yeah,
absolutely.
CCAP too. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Do they get that? Do they get that in Menasha?
Yeah. That's their best dating app.
Accountants only.
Felons only.
Oh shit. All right. Well, we're gonna drop it. We're gonna close the show out. We can chat with you again here behind the scenes and close it out for tonight. So
thank you very much, Ab.
Right,
we appreciate it.
Ab,
have a good night, guys.
that's about as bad as Ben.
I missed the letter.
Yeah, come on, guys. It's Ben Bauer.
All right, guys.
Ben Bauer. Chat, thanks for coming in this evening, coming in strong. Lots of good questions, lots of good activity. Thank you, guys. That was fun. We are back in 2 weeks. We have Spire Paranormal joining us in 2 weeks. I don't know what that date is. That would be the 23rd. August 23rd.
Week before my wedding.
Yep, including Ed from the Illinois chapter of the Renegades. He is a member of Spire Paranormal, as is Louis is a member of their Discord as well.
Yeah, I am. I am a guest investigator, everybody. I am.
Anybody who came to Broadhead had the opportunity to meet some of those guys. They were there at Broadhead with they had a booth set up right in the corner by the concession stand. So
yeah, and Darren McFadden from Illinois, he's an Illinois club member for us. He also had a birthday yesterday too.
Yes, so he did. Happy birthday,
shout
Derek.
out to our brothers of the South. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, sir. Oh, and by the way, Broadhead 2, June 4th and 5th, 2027.
Yeah, we're coming.
We're coming.
We got ideas, man. We got ideas for what's rolling through.
We have some ideas.
And we do have one idea that is happening, by the way. Happy hour or haunted happy hour coffee girls will be there live in person doing coffee for everybody.
You remember them? They joined us. They joined us on the podcast. One of our first dozen episodes or so. The girls came on to talk about their coffee, talk about their ghost hunting, talk about everything paranormal. They are the first official vendor for Broadhead. So they weren't able to make it last year. So come and have some amazing coffee at Broadhead. If nothing else, just come for the coffee.
Yeah.
Come for the whatever autograph picture of me and Louis we have next year and the coffee.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm really excited just to get this rolling. So, all righty.
Let's shut her down. Thanks for coming in, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks.
And just like a prom dress, we are off, everybody. So keep in touch with yourself if you're not a writer.